Excuse me? No, guys, excuse me. A roll call, please. Albert Gonzalez, council member, Vice Mayor Cox. Here. And I'm here as well, so all members present. I think I need to read something into the record first. This meeting will be recorded. The Zoom application will notify you that this meeting is being recorded. Please press continue on the Zoom application to stay in the meeting. Use the raise your hand feature in Zoom when you would like to speak on an item and to also lower your hand when you're finished speaking. Please unmute yourself when called to speak and mute yourself when you are done speaking. If you're calling in by phone, identify yourself by name before speaking on an item. Press star 9 on your phone to raise and lower your hand. Press star 6 if you are participating by phone to unmute. Okay. We'll start with our consent calendar. We have one item on the consent calendar. Do I have a motion or any questions, comments from the committee or the audience here? Anyone on the consent calendar? If not, may I have a motion to approve the consent calendar? Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Yes. That passes unanimously. Public presentations. We'll start with our public presentations. Do we have any public presentations? Anyone here would like to make any comments? Anybody online? No one online? Okay, so we're going to start with our first item, which is discussion and direction on the city's wide 2026 economic development and community engagement. Did you want to start with the first slide? I have some comments to make when we have that.
Yeah.
Staff? Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
Good evening. Paulina Morales, Assistant City Manager. So we'd like to get started. I don't know if many of you are aware, but wanted to share with you, there was kind of a big event that happened on Friday regarding FIFA World Cup. And so before we get into the rest of the presentation, we kind of just wanted to give an update onto what happened Friday. So it was the group draw. And what that entailed was FIFA picked all of the teams that are going to be participating into different teams and the teams are in groups. The countries are in groups labeled by each letter. And the city of Santa Clara was hosting matches that included groups B, J, and D. And those are 5 of the games with one of the games round of 32. And so the teams that we got and then on Saturday, the countries and the matches were confirmed. And so we got confirmation on which actual countries in those groups are going to be playing in Santa Clara. And so our first match, June 13th, is going to be Qatar versus Switzerland. We have Austria versus Jordan. We have either it's going to be Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, or Kosovo versus Paraguay. Jordan versus Algeria, Australia versus Paraguay, and then our round of 32, we won't know until the final group games are completed, but it'll be the winner of Group D and the third place of Group either B, F, E, F, I, or J. And so I'd like to turn it over to the mayor to provide some additional feedback on the country that will be playing in Santa Clara.
Thank you. And I know that there's been a lot of discussion both online and in the media and other discussions and conversations I've had about the countries that were selected for Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. There's been a little bit of a disappointment that has been discussed. And I just want to say that as someone who has been to a World Cup and has seen the actual excitement of having these countries represented, I just wanted to just give a couple of comments about how we should be looking at this. And granted, we didn't get an England or a Germany or a Brazil or a Portugal, some of the countries we were dreaming of, but we do have some pretty awesome countries that are coming here. And I just want to say that there's no such thing as a lower tier nation in the World Cup. The World Cup has 48 participants from all over the world, and they have to, win a lot of games to qualify for this. So we're going to see the best players of those 48 teams in the world coming from these nations. So I don't want us to forget that. And every country that comes, they bring their fans, they bring their national pride, and they're going to be here in Santa Clara. So I think that we can't forget that. And we still are going to be on the world stage. Santa Clara is, no matter what. No matter what team comes, no matter what flags are flying here, Santa Clara is still going to be the focus, and it's not going to be saying, the announcers aren't going to be saying, here's Santa Clara with the second and third tier of teams. They're going to be saying, reporting that Santa Clara is hosting, these great countries from all over the world. There's also some new and emerging fan markets, which is a major economic upside for us because the countries, for instance, like I know we've all been doing research, Qatar, Qatar, Jordan, which is, their first time coming to the World Cup, Algeria, Paraguay, Australia, they all have very engaged fan bases that travel that will come. So I think that, they're going to show up, they're going to spend money here in our hotels, restaurants, our retail, entertainment. They're coming, they have that pride. It's also a chance for us to build unique cultural partnerships because we have partnerships now, but we're going to build, communities around all of these countries from all over the world, like our night market and ethnic festivals, our watch parties, our business exchanges. And sometimes cities that host lesser known matchups will win big on the local economic and cultural activation because those countries are going to show up big here. It doesn't matter how large the country is. When you're talking about soccer or football, it brings out a certain type of passion. And so every match is going to be like a mini Super Bowl for these countries because this is a big deal for them. And you'll see the excitement. People are going to buy tickets regardless of who plays. The stadium's going to be full regardless of who plays. Maybe the ticket prices may be a little bit different. Maybe we'll be able to afford to go to a match. Maybe. But there's still going to be, everyone here. And we're responsible for creating the energy here. It's not the draw, it's us. And so we want the world to know that we're welcoming, that we are upbeat, that we're excited to host them, because our reputation will last long after this tournament. Just today, I was contacted by the Consul General of Paraguay. They're coming tomorrow. They're sending a journalist tomorrow and then Friday because they want to have a fan fest in Santa Clara. So, already the excitement is beginning. So I know we're going to talk about that. I think we need another committee from this group to help with the relations from the countries that are represented. And I even got another call this afternoon from a man who's best friends with a soccer player from Turkey who holds the World Cup record for scoring the fastest goal in a match. He scored in 11 seconds in 2002, and he still holds that record. He started in Santa Clara, lives in Mountain View. He wants to participate. So I think all of these stories are going to come out, and we're going to tell these stories and get these people involved. So regardless of the country, I don't want people to be disappointed that, well, we didn't get, we really wanted Brazil back and those things, because I think we can really make a lot, and we can tell the stories of the countries that come here. So I just wanted to say that. Okay, back to you.
So for today's agenda, we wanted to do,
Oh, yes.
So just a question. It came up, I remember last time the World Cup was here, Los Gatos, they were staying there, lots of parties every single night. Do we know which teams will be staying in Santa Clara?
I don't think any teams are staying in Santa Clara. As far as I know, I don't know. I know.
I'm not sure.
That's something to look, one of the people were saying, hey, there's like Jordan, if they're staying here, there's lots of people that, may want to go. You mentioned it already, the fan fair. So if we can find teams that are staying in Santa Clara, that'd be great to do something with them as well. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't think we know that at this point.
Okay.
I know we have a Super Bowl team staying here, but I don't know.
Okay.
about World Cup yet.
All right, thank you.
So wanted to provide a recap of the committee work and input that we've done so far to this date. We are also going to be going over the committee meeting purpose and alignment, the committee workflow and influence that this committee has in developing the events and activations for the Where the Mission Meets the Moment campaign. Also the decisions that requiring committee input and those that are council decisions. We will also be going over priority topics for today's meeting, and then some upcoming events that are coming up that are part of this engagement effort. And then we also have a list of next year, the upcoming committee meetings that we can get put on your calendars. So that's what we'll be going over today. Next slide. Oh, what we've done so far. So I know that a lot of you have been to all of these meetings, but in case there's someone new, we just wanted to share with them what we've done to get to this point today. We created the major task force back in April. We created the slogan and logo through various community workshops, community citywide surveys, and mapping exercises. That now the City Council has approved the slogan and logo, and the City Council has also secured $1 million in seed funding for the major community events and art activations. So since since September, staff has participated in the Art and Wine Festival and the Parade of Champions. And most recently, as of Friday, we participated in the holiday tree lighting, where we had very popular giveaways that we totally ran out of. They were light up wands and light up yo-yos. But having the group draw that Friday, we had two survey activities at our booth that we engaged with the community on. The first one was the team reveal reaction wall. So we shared or listed the countries that were picked in the groups, and we asked them, what are you excited about? We got a lot of feedback on excitement for Argentina and Canada.
Great.
I did caveat that Canada was most likely not playing in Levi's as their host city, but they are in the group that's playing in Santa Clara. They're part of a group, yeah. So we didn't know at that time, obviously we didn't think Canada was going to play, but they were part of one of the groups that had matches in Santa Clara. Then the other activity or question was, don't leave Santa Clara without seeing. And we asked our community members, what's the one must-see that they would recommend to one of these visitors visiting during the games? Central Park and Levi's got the most response, with the runner-up being Santa Clara University. But it was very interesting just to hear from adults to children where they wanted to recommend to people. I heard a lot of people wanted to invite Messi to their home. That was the number one.
That was me.
That was you too? Okay. We had some, and then a lot of, kids really had favorites in parks. Obviously Central Park came out first, but it was a lot of engagement with the community, and we got some interesting feedback. I don't know if you wanted to add anything else, Alicia.
If I can just add, we'll share out, we're trying to get really good photos of those engagement walls, because they were actually pretty telling in terms of really cool places that the community has a lot of pride in. They show a lot of pride. And so we want to bring that back to the committee and show you all like what the community is saying, what their voice says. So we'll get some really good photos. We'll put them up on our website so that everyone knows. And then hopefully as we continue to engage with the community, we can elevate their voices by telling folks, this is where the community wants you to see in Santa Clara, where they want you to go.
Thank you, Lisa. Next, so since our last meeting, staff has been busy trying to bring out and launch our Where the Mission Meets the Moment branding and campaign. So I hope that you guys have driven along El Camino and seen some of those banners because those should be up all along El Camino. And we'd like to share a video that we posted on our social media to get build momentum and engagement. All done. Redo.
We're gonna try one more time. We can hear the music.
Everyone, I have an announcement.
No, it was a dub over, but yeah. So those are going up. We're working on getting the banners up at City Hall and some additional locations, but that was the first stop with El Camino. We're also launching the website, so that's going to have information on the events, on all of the campaign efforts that we're doing. And so we have a friendly URL, so you can go to santaclaraca.gov/celebrate 2026, and it'll have all of that information. It'll also share information about like impacts if you're going to a game, what to look out for. We've also developed branding guidelines. Did you have a question? We're working on that area. Well, we're working with, because of the sponsors and also working through the NFL and FIFA because they may want the banners around the stadium. So we're trying to finalize how we're going to proceed with banners around the stadium. No, great point. Thank you. And then we did develop brand guidelines. So as we move forward with events, including partner-led events, partnering with those organizations and using the branding for Where the Mission Meets the Moment, our logo and our mark. And then also we have some news. We purchased Roman numerals for Super Bowl. And we have a photo that we'll share with the committee in a few slides, but we are trying to bring that branding out and share it with the community. Okay, so as we move forward, you want to make sure that your voice is centered at the most impactful decisions, especially when it comes to shaping the look, feel, and experience of our campaign events. Your input will directly guide how these events come together. This committee plays a key role in helping us refine the event scope, shape the programming, and weigh in on the talent, entertainment selections. Your feedback on the art activations and design elements will help ensure each event reflects the character and spirit of our community. You'll also help us identify vendors and exhibitors who will be part of these moments and advise on how we promote and market these events so that they resonate with residents and visitors. Before any updates move forward to council, we will bring them here to ensure we are aligned as a committee. The space allows us to check in, collaborate, and make sure that the direction reflects your recommendations. And throughout this process, we'll provide clear updates on our progress and moving forward, what's evolving, and the rationale behind each decision. So this transparency ensures you'll have full visibility into how your input is shaping the final campaign. So next slide, thank you. So the next slide just goes over the input. Oh, sorry. Oh, she's delayed a little bit. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this next slide goes over the areas that this committee will be helping provide input. So event scope and development, the programming for the event, what does that event look like? What are we going to have included in the event, including talent and entertainment selection? The art activations, what kind of, we're going to be asking for input so that we can work with the artist and they could take the input that this committee provides and provide us with art that's reflective of the community. And also, as I mentioned, reaching out to vendors and exhibitors, definitely would want your guys' input on which vendors and exhibitors we should be inviting to the different events, or maybe one vendor for all events. And the last one is event promotion and marketing, helping us promote these events to the audiences that you guys have outreach to. And so that would be helpful to help promote and make sure these events are successful. While the committee provides input on developing the event, so a little delayed. Okay, there we go. So while the committee provides input on developing the events and activities, the council also has a role in the campaign efforts. They support sponsorship efforts, helping us to identify potential partners and strengthen community and business engagement. They will also review and approve contracts that exceed the city manager's authority. And additionally, the city council has provided the seed funding, laying the financial groundwork to launch the campaign and ensuring the initial resources are in place to drive momentum. Okay, so today's topic, so sponsorship update. We wanted to provide the committee an update. Our last meeting, we shared a very rough draft of the sponsorship package. We heard the input that you guys provided. We made modifications to the sponsorship packages and included a community friend tier level that is really for the residents to be able to participate and feel like they were able to engage with the campaign. And so we are taking that sponsorship package and reaching out to various sponsors or prospective sponsors in the community. And so we've already started reaching out to businesses. I think one business in particular was NVIDIA that the committee mentioned. So we are reaching out to any and all businesses in the community that we want, that we would like to partner with us in the campaign. And so out of, I think there's 6 tiers. The top tier is the presenting sponsor. And so that's the one that would get the banners, as the mayor mentioned, along El Camino. So while we have one set of banners up, if we get a sponsor, they would be the second banner on El Camino with the sponsorship, logo. The second tier is gold level. And that tier is individual or one gold sponsor per event. And so that would be the sponsor. For example, it could be a STEM zone presented by SVP, right? So they would be the presenting for that event. And so that would be limited to the 4 events that we would be having. And the other tiers would be open to the campaign. And so they won't be specific to an event, but they would be promoted at all of the campaign events. The other thing we wanted to provide an update on the efforts to develop these events. So the first one is the STEM zone. We have the date, April 19th set. We have the location, the convention center, and we are actively working, I think there is library staff here, with the library in coordinating the event already. So I believe we're going to be sending out save the dates to prospective vendors and partners for that event. I don't know if there's any other update, Alicia.
No, just that we, as Paulina mentioned, we'll send out save the dates. We're really focused on trying to find partners and activations. So people that can come and engage with the families at the STEM Bowl. So if you all are familiar with any STEM related groups that would be really valuable to the STEM program, to the STEM zone, having them at the STEM zone, please let us know. And we're just actively reaching out, trying to get as many activations as possible.
Can I ask also about the STEM zone? In speaking with our librarian, Patty, she also is going to need a load of volunteers. So how are we looking for that? I mean, how are the volunteers going to be organized? And because I think this group is going to help us bring people in to help, because it's going to take a legion of them for that. And some of these other events as well. So if we can talk about volunteers at some point.
We will. Thank you. That's a very good point. We definitely are going to want volunteers and appreciate being volunteers for the event. Right now we're focused on getting the event logistics a little bit coordinated, but we will be coming back to this committee and how we're going to be working with the volunteers. And the other item too is We're working on getting an event producer, and we're hoping that they're going to be able to help us manage volunteers because that's going to be a very heavy load. And hopefully, we're successful in getting a lot of volunteers to help. So we will be bringing that back to the committee. Thank you. The next item is the stadium event. So we are looking at options. I know the last meeting, we got some feedback on what that looked like. We've reached out to some potential partners about oh my God, what's the word? Not exhibit? Exhibition game. Thank you. At the stadium. We're also meeting with the university in the next couple weeks, hopefully to set a date for the community concert at Baksha Stadium. We've had internal meetings with for the night markets, going to the site with our public works and looking at the space and what we would need to do to activate it for the night market. So we are actively moving towards making some progress on these different types of events. The next item is the subcommittees. So we are going to be asking for the individuals that signed up for the Art Activation Subcommittee to meet on Thursday, December 18th from 3 to 4. And we have it in a later slide too. We want to get some feedback on the legends that we want to be included in the corridor art project and where they want to identify the corridors being. And so we're going to be having that subcommittee meeting, get that input, and then bring it back to this committee on January 5th. The next subcommittee, the mayor mentioned earlier, is a new one. We're going to create it. So we're going to ask for individuals to sign up today. And that's for we're calling it Global Relations Subcommittee. And that's really to help bridge or to welcome the countries that are coming and their ambassadors or embassies to really look at Santa Clara and seeing ways that we can partner with them, ways that we can bring them to our community, ways that we can collaborate while their teams are here and really make their feel welcome to Santa Clara. So that's going to be another subcommittee. We're going to get into the art activations. We want to provide you guys an update where we're at with the aerial slogan concept. And then the brand guidelines, we're going to be going over that. And then the partner-led event process. Okay, there we go. So as I mentioned, we got Super Bowl LX Roman numeral letters, and we now have it branded. We're going to have it at our upcoming event this Thursday, Tu Momento, Tu Jugada, which we also wanted to extend an invitation to the committee. So we'll be sending that information to you all this evening or tomorrow morning. But the event's on Thursday, 11:30, I believe, 11:30 at Youth Soccer Park. But that's the Super Bowl Roman numerals. Okay, if you could highlight to LX Super Bowl. So those are the Roman numerals.
It's just an exam.
Yeah, so I was starting with the Roman numerals. We're gonna get to that. Yeah, yes. So the event on Thursday is the Youth Soccer Clinic in partnership with Telemundo. And San Jose Earthquakes and Oakland Roots. And so they're going to be there doing clinics, and they're doing youth soccer clinics with students from our Santa Clara schools. So you guys are all welcome to come. Next. Oh, sorry. Here. Gotten a laser pointer. But the other update that we wanted to share with you guys is the last time that we came to you, we said we're going to have this aerial slogan up at the landfill. And we have been working with a company for the last, I think, 2 months since we presented it or before we presented it to you guys. And unfortunately, due to the timing of construction and the cost, it's not feasible to get it in time. And it's very costly to do this. And it's on a landfill, so there's limitations on the construction and how far you can go on the landfill without breaking the barrier cap. So we're looking at alternatives because we really do want to get that aerial artwork up. And so we're working with the another company, and this is something that they've done for previous football games where it's a banner. And so we could do that on the landfill, and it's a lot more, time-wise, it's a lot more, it's quicker for us to be able to get it up, and the cost, it's also a lot more reasonable. So if we could, before we go to questions, because we're going to open it up, if you wanted to provide any other updates, Alicia? So, okay. Do you mind if we open it up to questions and feedback? Because this is like we were sharing, a pivotal change, right? We presented something. We're not going to be able to deliver on that before Super Bowl. We are looking at alternatives, and we want this committee's feedback on this alternative. And please keep in mind, this is not what it's going to look like. It's obviously going to have our branding. We're going to have the 26 Santa Clara, the mark.
David? Oh,
Can you make sure you're in the microphone?
I was going to say that
into it. Screen.
thank you. I was going to say, instead of a vertical sign, could it be just something that lays flat on the ground?
Yep. So that's actually what you're looking at, what Paulina pointed out here in the bottom right-hand corner. We apologize that it says Go Bucks. We recognize that that is not our team. It's not the stadium, but that's what we're looking at, is a signage that's going to lay flat on the landfill, utilizing the slope of the landfill. So if you all know, there's been grading. Related's been doing grading on that site. And so there's currently a slope that faces toward Levi Stadium. And so we're hoping to use that natural grade in order to kind of elevate this sign as it's laying flat on the landfill. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, so the landfill is actually elevated already. It actually sits higher than Levi Stadium. So
the building wrap you're talking about. You're talking about building wrap. Yeah, a building wrap.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we can look at. As Paulina mentioned, a line through. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we can explore, right? But the concern with the big 26 that was listed here is there's a lot of engineering that goes into that. And as incredible as it is, we want to have it up before Super Bowl, right? We want to capture that momentum. We want the folks that are participating and coming into town for the big moment to be able to have a photo opportunity. So we'll continue. I love your idea. I don't think yeah.
Lisa, how big is that sign? How big is that? The
This
one
one here?
proposed? No, not there. The proposed one. No,
Oh
left.
gosh,
The
it's huge.
LX Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Oh,
60.
this one.
Yeah, how big is the sign you were proposing? How many feet?
Oh, I want to make sure I'm understanding you. Are you
That
talking
one.
this one?
Yeah, that one's gonna lay down, is that?
No,
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 which
no.
one's gonna-
This is separate.
Oh,
This sign, this is a mock-up of another sign that
Oh.
was created for past Super Bowls in other places.
how big is that sign? If we lay it on the landfill, how many feet? Is it?
So I don't have the exact, I don't have the, but I was
I
going to
want to
say
know
like,
how big it is, so.
that's what I was going to say. I tried to get them to mock this up for us on the landfill for today. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it that quickly, but as soon as we get it, we'll make sure to send it out. I mean, I would say comparable. If you think about the The banners that are currently on Levi Stadium that are at F Gate, if you're familiar with F Gate, they're huge sales. It'll be something comparable to that. They're huge. It won't be small. It will need to be huge to be able to be seen from
We
a
would
distance.
definitely work with the sign company to make sure that the size is impactful, right? We're not going to print like a 3x5 and put on the landfill. No, so we're going to work with them to make sure it's size appropriate so that we get that wow effect.
So
And
is
then-
it, sorry, is it facing Levi Stadium then?
Yep.
So you'll stand in the landfill and then take a picture with that and the Levi's behind it?
No, you would be on the street or in Levi Stadium or at Tasman East in the high rises or at the Tasman Garage, right? There's plenty of locations where you can actually see this from a distance.
Yeah, but what's going to be behind? See this picture, at least Go Bucks, you have the stadium behind it. So if you have this and people can take a picture of themselves in front of it with whatever, all you're going to, if you're facing this way, I mean, you're just facing 237. It's nice, but that's not Santa Clara. So I'm just trying to understand if you put it, if you had that sign right there across from or in front of Levi's somehow, then at least you have that 26 City of Santa Clara, then you have Levi's behind it. I don't see conceptually how having that on the landfill is at that is going to do anything.
Nope.
Well, we do, like I said, so when they activate the stadium for NFL, for the Super Bowl, and they activate it for FIFA World Cup, it's going to be their branding. Unfortunately, they get branding rights to the stadium. So the city's not going to be able to go put up Santa Clara branding up there. But what we're going to do is we are going to have that aerial effect where you can take it from different locations within the city. It just won't necessarily be in front of the stadium. But what we do have, which we could put in front of the stadium at some point, but also the Super Bowl sign. And then we also have the countdown clock for FIFA. And so those are another photo opportunities that are not the aerial art. Uh-huh.
And across the street or whatever here, I can take a picture and put all that.
Mhm.
If there's nothing behind it, this is facing 37. Really?
Well, we're hoping that we could get a better rendering because this is what they were literally out on site last week. Well, this is just a concept. This is,
I would just say, so we appreciate that, right? As we're working with the marketing company, they're a marketing company. So they are analyzing the different locations and places and what's going to be the most impactful. I definitely hear. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Maybe let us know what the purpose of the sign is. Is it for aerial or is it for Instagram, pictures? Or is it,
Exactly.
like what, because if it's for an aerial, purpose, then
Yep.
that's different than us standing there because you're going to see it from up above looking down.
Yep.
Versus I like the pop-up signs if they can go all over town. That's
Yeah.
nice. If people can take pictures
Yeah.
in front of those in different locations, that's awesome. But if this is just for aerial, that makes a difference.
Yep.
As to what we're going to be looking at.
yeah. Well, I think from the beginning it was called aerial art or aerial slogan because the intent was to provide some kind of aerial component to really draw attention to Santa Clara, right? So that's what this particular signs are. These two, the 26 and then this alternative draft off, and this is not what it's going to look like, right? But as the mayor mentioned, we have this sign that's much smaller compared to what we were proposing, right? These are mobile that can go throughout the community. So it's going to be at Thursday's event. And we're going to have different locations between now and February. And we also have the countdown clock. So those are the photo ops that you can go and take a photo with it because it's going to be right behind you.
That's not what this sign on the right is for. Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to put that throughout the community, so
I think
depends what's behind it.
So
I think so. The mayor brought up a really good point. I think there's a difference between a photo op, like a selfie op, where you're taking selfies, versus this being an impact campaign. So this is all of the planes that are flying over. Let's say we get a drone show. Let's say we've got all the media and you've got them coming in, right? Broadcasting Levi Stadium and the game. You've got something that stands out that says Santa Clara so that the world can see it.
Well, I remember we painted the top of the water towers for Super Bowl 50. And our seal was in all the shots.
Yep.
And we're going to have 10 times more helicopters and everything over us. Those are two different things. So I think that, think about it. When we had the countdown clock, people took their pictures in front of the countdown clock. Did you know what was behind the countdown clock? No, you didn't, because everyone's just looking at the countdown clock. That's going to be those ones on the left.
Right.
So
To keep saying that, sorry,
Hmm?
a loud voice. Clearly it's hard because you're trying to show something that's not its, in its actual format, but I think, I appreciate we're trying to understand, but it seems like if we do something from an aerial perspective and get samples and voting, however you all decide to process that the marketing company would maybe then help to talk about how that would be pitched. Like, how do we pitch that to media? How do we pitch that to the airports as, to get a little more play on it? So I'm assuming that'll just be coming.
So thank you, Christine. We are still working with our advertising company, marketing company, and that is one of the things that we definitely want that aerial art to kind of help keep the momentum going. And so when we get that ready, we will be able to do kind of like a media release or to get media attention. And to the point about how we're going to move forward with this approval, part of it is we do want to get it up as soon as possible, definitely before Super Bowl. So I appreciate that, we want to be part of the process. As I mentioned, we're going to have a subcommittee on December 18th. We most likely will be able to get some drafts or some versions of what that artwork can look like at that meeting. But if we want to move forward with that, we might not be able to bring it back to the committee as a whole. We can look at doing something like that.
I have a very quick comment or question. Is this going to be like a long-term landmark for City of Santa Clara? So it's not like a one-off thing just for 2026, right? So it's a long-term investment as well, right?
This would be for the year, for the
just for
year
2020.
campaign. So it'd be, as soon as we can get it up until 2026 ends, because that's the once in a lifetime year of hosting both events.
So, coming to the point of landfill, right? To your question and Howard's suggestion, right? If there is a chance, because we have a lot of planes flying through San Jose Airport, And there is a definitely they fly through Levi Stadium and nearby to the vicinity. I think if there is any way it can be visualized from the plane also, and with the light and everything, it would be awesome. And at the same moment, you can use the same space even for the FIFA World Cup also. You can start and maybe we can minimize the cost, and maybe going forward you can use that as advertising space or some kind of thing for city to generate some kind of revenue. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the sign that we're talking about putting up would be for Super Bowl and FIFA. It would be for the campaign for next year. So it wouldn't be specifically for Super Bowl. It would be the same
no,
sign
that-
throughout the day.
yeah, so that's good actually.
And then
The cost would be less.
And as Alicia mentioned, we would use the elevation of the graded landfill so that it would be able to be visible from planes and from residents at the different locations within the area or the city. So I think we would be able to get both audience, right? Those flying over or coming into the city through airplanes or flying in, but also community members going to Tasman parking garage and being able to take a selfie. So.
I did want to just add that that is one of the higher points in the city in terms of grade. So it is actually very visible from different parts. Obviously not from throughout the whole city, but in that general area, it's a pretty visible area. So if we kind of figure out the right spot, it's going to be able to be very visible.
And I think, yeah, just remembering intention for this, what we're looking for is something that will be in all the commercials and that will be displayed through the Super Bowl and on the FIFA. So the drones that are going to be activated, again, we can talk about location of flight paths and stuff, but this then becomes a visual from above ground that will be commercialized. So it's not necessarily a resident facing thing as much as it's fun to get out there. This is what we're looking for is the one logo that the NFL, other people, as they look for the halftime shows or commercials, will take advantage of. And so it's creating that from the top viewpoint. It's not the selfie place. So.
Yeah, I just have a quick comment. I think it would be cool if you worked with the marketing and we created our own video, our own aerial video that flies around Santa Clara and that captures the stadium, captures the sign from the aerial, captures, I don't know, a part of El Camino with the signs on it and stuff like that, and then make that part of the marketing to the networks or to whomever. Just
Thank you. That's a good idea. Thank you.
In Super Bowl 50, if you saw the amount of media that was out there, it was and more than I've ever seen in my life. And they're always looking for something. And there was so many, they didn't use drones as much back then, but helicopters constantly flying. I feel bad for your district, Albert. There's helicopters that are going to be nonstop flying and shooting video. So again, this is an aerial view. Can we move on because we're running out of time? Thanks.
It's okay.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, Sean.
No, it's totally fine. I was just going to add what everybody had already said, because during the San Francisco games, they show the Levi Stadium and then they show the Bay Bridge. And I thought, man, we need a spot that's the Bay Bridge in Santa Clara for them to cut to. But everybody kind of touched on that, so never mind. I'm being yelled at to say that, well, so spoken too softly, to say that if there's a way to get one of the airlines to kind of maybe sponsor something, we could put something on the side of an airplane. And I'll tell you, as people land in Silicon Valley, first thing you see are all the tech buildings. We talk to these people. I mean, they pay us rent, right? We get them to do something on the roof or color up their buildings or something like that, just to get the same thing. Because, right, that's right. Think lofty. But we need something for them to cut to during the commercials and all that. That's it. Trash heap might not be the best choice.
Well, thank you guys for that input. That's, why we're here, to get that feedback from you guys. And so that's something that we can definitely bring up at the December 18th subcommittee meeting and get additional feedback. Next, I wanted to share with you guys the brand guidelines. So now that we're going to be kicking off the year and we're going to be partnering with different organizations, we have brand guidelines in regards to using the mission, where the mission meets the logo where the mission meets the moment, logo and mark. And so as we partner with, like I said, different partnerships on the use of the logo, this is what we'll be sharing with you guys. So if you guys are starting to, you know, I think we're partnering with Diana Ding first, and we're going to get to that shortly. But as we start partnering on these events, use of the logo, let us know, and we'll be able to provide that to you guys. Next is the partner-led event process. So as we start looking towards next year and partnering with our partners here on the partner-led events, the process is going to be going through the special event permit that's on our website, and we can share that with the committee, and also the community grant. And so those are the processes that we have in place today. The community grant is I think it's up to $10,000 grant for community events. And there is a process to apply, but we would definitely help any organization or partnership go through that process with us. And if you guys have questions, we'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, so far as of today, that's the process that we're going to be going through. So next are some upcoming events. As I mentioned, Tu Momento Tu Jugada is December 11th, this Thursday at the soccer park. And a little bit of a delay, sorry. We hope that you guys can attend, but we'll send out the invitations. And we will be sharing our Roman numerals at LX. You guys can go take a look and take selfies. Oh, yeah, sorry. So the countdown clock will be there as well, and the FIFA and the Super Bowl LX Roman numerals.
Can I just add to that? So the purpose of the Roman numerals is really, it's the same. I don't want to say it's the same, but think of it the same in terms of a photo opportunity as the FIFA World Cup countdown clock. And so those Roman numeral letters we receive directly from the NFL and Super Bowl team. So we're licensed to use the photos and the terminology that are there. And they're a photo opportunity that they've gifted to the city to be within the community so that the community is able to have a piece and a part of the event. So wherever you see the countdown clock up to Super Bowl, you will also see the Roman numeral numbers as well as a photo opportunity.
11:30 at Youth Soccer Park. Yeah, we have various schools, and I can get that to you. I don't know off the top of my head. Do you know top of your head? Yes, thank you.
So we didn't invite any of our soccer clubs. It's just elementary schools. PAL.
We did provide them with PAL. I think they were able to.
Right there.
Did they reach out?
I think they only went to the schools. They didn't go to the soccer leagues.
We did provide them contact information for PAL, but I think that they got a good response from the school districts, and that's why they moved forward with the school districts.
I don't think they know about it. It's a school day, it's 11:30 and it's a school day. So sometimes it's easier to invite the schools, but it also goes into the afternoon, doesn't it?
Until 6.
It goes until 6, so maybe they should be invited for the afternoon sessions, the soccer group.
So my son goes to Santa Clara Lions Club. So the event for them, the practice is on Thursday. They canceled it because of this event. So his practice was 5:30 to 7. So I think probably what Kelly was mentioning, I think it's a good idea maybe to ask them to come in the evening. That would be great because they feel uplifted actually. So Sporting Goods and Santa Clara Lions. If you want, I can communicate to Santa Clara Lions and Sporting Goods to others. So
we can reach out. It is an event put on together by Telemundo. So we provided them, we provided them contacts that we had.
Yes.
And so we can provide them if you want. I don't know if you can provide me that contact information, we can forward it to them
Sure.
and see if they are able to extend the invitation.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, next, we have the Lunar New Year Festival that we're partnering with Diana Ding on, and that's January 31st to February 1st. Wow. Okay. And so I'll turn it over to Diana.
Yeah, if you have, but I'm okay. But first of all, thank you so much. Especially I want to say thank you, Paulina and Alicia, for your guidance and support and everything. We feel so honored to work with our city and with our community. And we received so many good feedbacks and support from each one of you. And thanks to Patty and Deborah and yeah, and Ching Ling next to me is our co-chair for our Lunar New Year together here. So this is going to take place in January the 31st and February the 1st on 900 Lafayette Street, Santa Clara, next to the Santa Clara University. Okay, the next slide. This is about the event. Basically, you know, we've been hosting this Lunar New Year for the last 4 years at our backyard. The maximum we got like 2,000 people, but now we're looking forward to have 30,000 or more. By partner with a company who's been doing the street fair for a few years, and they have their resource. They have 800 vendors, and they have the promotion channels. So we're going to bring this to next level, and the picture is one of their event I think in Oakland that was. So we already have a leadership committee with the diverse Asian communities. So we're going to working together for this event. It's going to be the 5th year. Next slide. So this is the event highlight. We're going to going to have the vendors and the celebration like a small business, art crafts, and Lunar New Year parade. Our Vietnamese community leader, Minh Chuan, is going to lead this parade. So people will dress up in the Asian festival, you know, dress to walk along this area. And we're going to have booths. We're going to performance on stage for 2 days. And we also welcome any family and friendly activities. So all of you are invited. I have, give you a print out invitation. If you don't have it, then come to me, I'll give it to you. So please sign up on the website. So we are planning to prepare 3,000 small gifts to give away, 3,000 to 5,000. So it's going to be purchased from China and shipped back here. We're going to give away for the first 3,000 if you register online. And we are going to have a community celebration together and the Lunar New Year decoration. So we're going to buy maybe like 300 to 500 red lanterns to decorate the whole area. Any suggestions you have, and you know, we have Vietnamese and Korean Americans, they're going to join this decoration. So it's going to be colorful, the night market. Let's go to the next slide. This is a little information about two our major organizers, Ding Ding TV. You know that we've been in the Silicon Valley for last 16 years as the voice of Silicon Valley Asian American Stories. We are the organizer of Asian American Stories video contest and also the Silicon Valley Lunar New Year together. And we used to host the Silicon Valley Entrepreneurs Festival about 11 years ago. That's when I first met our mayor, Lisa Gilmore, a long time ago, yeah. Yes, and OMG Entertainment, they are the company specialized in the street fair night market. So they have their employees and their resource, have over 800 vendors. But we are also going to open this opportunity to our local business. So we invited our Silicon Valley Central Chamber to represent and invite the local business to be on this event. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, this is our leadership committee. You can see the people here. Quite a diverse community, and I also invited Deborah to join us too. We'll put her name in the next slide. We have a Korean American Federation, Filipino American in Santa Clara, Vietnamese in San Jose, and Indian American community and Portuguese American community. So if you like to join us, and you're welcome, and come to me and let me know how can we work together and also support each other. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, this is a map. So we're going to put the performance stage right in front of that building and the booth area. And also we're going to have the entertainment place. In the evening, we'll have a outdoor film showing on the big screen. Okay, so let's go to next. Yeah, this is the wide support. Yeah, high visibility and branding, positive association, and cultural impact. Yeah, that's how I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Oh.
And then I just wanted to highlight that that's going to be our first activation of 900 Lafayette in downtown. So we're very excited to partner with Diana and her team and bringing that festival to, I think it's the first year it's going to be in Santa Clara, right?
The New Year's celebration, the whole Bay Area.
Oh, very nice.
Jing is our co-chair.
Very nice. Okay.
Can I
Thanks.
ask a question, Diana? What are the hours of the night market? It's over a
Oh,
2-day period.
We're starting at 2 p.m. and end at 9 p.m.
2 to 9, because I'm
2 to
looking at
9.
some of the logistics of that. And it may be necessary to maybe close Homestead Road or others in that area to make it, I mean, have we talked to the police department or anybody, or?
I think
it's still in
Paulina
early
and
stages, because for safety and other reasons, we may want to close the streets during that time period.
yeah, Elisa already gave us a guidance at our meeting. Yeah.
That's right. So we did meet with PD last week. Their guidance was being that it's 1 week before the Super Bowl, the week before the Super Bowl, that they are in support of the event. Keeping it somewhat contained within 900 Lafayette is a little bit easier on resources. But I do think that we can have a discussion with them.
We'll have a discussion with them. Yeah, because I
Oh.
think that if we're going to have 30,000 people,
Mhm.
I really don't like people crossing the streets, especially even Lafayette Street, because we're going to be
Yes,
looking
could
at a lot
be.
of students coming over from the
Yeah,
university.
and we also need the parking space in the Santa Clara University too. Yeah, we would
Right.
like to partner with the students' organization.
Be interesting if you could activate on the university down that, the
Oh,
Franklin Street.
There is
Arts
one.
District that's supposed to be open to the public.
Yes.
You know that part, remember that part? Open to the public,
Oh,
connected to the community and open to the public. Maybe we can
yeah.
explore that as well.
And there's a question and difficult that we need the city's support. When we apply for the city's event license, it requires every vendor to have a city's license. I don't think they have time to apply because over 100 vendors, each one of them, and some of them coming all the way from Los Angeles. That's almost not possible for each one of them.
I remember the city expediting certain festivals for licensing and that, so we'll work with them. Diana.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, thank you.
So to the staff, right? Since this is going to be 1 week prior to Super Bowl, I think there is a good chance like we will know the final teams. I think the teams start joining that particular weekend. So I think it's a better idea to promote as part of Super Bowl, or you can have you can have this particular lunar year event published and marketed also within the NFL purview or the Levi's Stadium purview. It would be great if you have more crowd. If you have the crowd from the football, visiting teams also, that would be great. I would love to see 49ers and other team also. So, but it would be great if we can put that advertised also, if you can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Paula.
Okay, thank you. The next slide is what's next. So as we mentioned, we're going to have an art activation subcommittee meeting on December 18th to get feedback on the corridor art and the aerial slogan, which we're adding to that. And then we are going to be setting up a meeting for the subcommittee global relations. So that was something that was brought up today. We'll provide a date for that meeting. And then we're going to continue to provide sponsorship updates to the committee. And then as we start refining those event budgets, we'll be sharing that with the committee as well. And then the pre-Super Bowl activations, which are really trying to get done, is the aerial artwork. We got the banners up, we got the website up, and I think the partnership event with Diana on the Lunar New Year Festival. And then lastly, so we wanted to share with you guys, as I mentioned, the upcoming meetings from now until June. We have the subcommittee on the 18th. January 5th is going to be our first meeting in 2026. We are moving February's meeting to a Thursday, so it's going to be Thursday, February 19th. It's a busy month between Super Bowl, holidays, and festivities. So we felt that Thursday, the 19th would be the best date where hopefully we have more people in attendance. And then March 9th, April 13th, May 11th, and June 8th. There's also discussion about a committee potluck date. So I don't know if you guys have time, if you guys want to discuss when we're going to have the potluck. And I know how was the potluck, or people can bring different things.
I don't cook at all, so I'm bringing nothing. I think we should have it catered by the city.
I was going to bring hot dogs.
It should be a city catered event. Yes, we don't cook. We don't have time to cook. We're busy. Before we adjourn anything, I want to talk about the event we're going to have at Levi Stadium, because what I see missing from our events is I know we originally were talking about the little soccer tournament or athletic, something or other. Maybe we were going to have, a tournament maybe that started at Soccer Park and then the finals played at Levi Stadium. And then we have maybe a little concert there or whatever for all Santa Clara residents and others. But if we're going to do something in February or March, I think we need to really plan it now. Because out of all our events, I don't know anywhere where there's an activated sports area for the kids. I don't see that in any. Originally, we were going to do Central Park. I don't know what happened to that one. I thought it was the Rotary that was going to be involved somehow with. What happened to that, Frank?
I just have a concern in terms of the World Cup and the selection of teams that are playing here at Levi's. Qatar, Algeria, with all due respect, Switzerland will be probably the only team in the knockout round that makes it, advances, and Australia. This is a concern only because we're hosting the Super Bowl that's the moneymaker, that they provided these teams to play in the beautiful city of Santa Clara? It fires me up because Dallas gets the Netherlands, England.
You missed my speech, Frank.
Oh,
my speech in the beginning. You need to be on time, Frank.
Oh, you said it already. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm going to 2 matches, but I'm looking into getting a ticket in Mexico, and it's $2,000 a ticket. Here, it's $375 a ticket. And I thought it was pesos, and my wife's like, no, that's $2,000. I mean, pesos would be a lot more, but Anyway, let's find ways to galvanize our community of Jordanian, Algerian, Australian, which other one? Austrian? Austrian? Oh, yeah. Austria as well. I think Switzerland.
There's no such thing as a second or third tier in Santa Clara. We invite all the teams here, all their fans, all their countrymen and women and everyone. We're going to make the best of what we have. That's what we're doing. We're celebrating Santa Clara and our diversity, and we welcome the world. All right, Ryan?
Too much power.
Is it on now?
Okay, thank you. Of most immediate economic impact concern with the Super Bowl, as I've talked to business owners, mostly in San Jose and other areas, one thing they're doing is they're looking at, once the playoff field is established, they're looking at contacting the teams, getting in touch with their fan bases, and letting them know that, hey, that just for example, I don't know, pick a restaurant. Okay, Chili's. Okay, Stan's Donuts is going to be the official Philadelphia Eagles watch party bar in Santa Clara, something like that. So if there's some kind of effort that we can do or encourage businesses to do to reach out to the fan groups to let them know that, hey, there's places here in Santa Clara, come and have fun, enjoy the games with your teams, or just like where the fans can gather, basically. And then also about 3 weeks ago, San Jose had a big event, and I was at that. That was at the convention center, and the Sports Authority and other entities, they talked about the whole plan in San Jose. So they have a really thorough fly, play, and stay plan and promotion package. And so that, I think that's a good template that we can also look at.
Yes, we have to leverage what we have. We have one advantage in that we are actually hosting the games. We are the city with the stadium. So yes, I've been watching San Jose and San Francisco and what they're doing, and they have giant teams working on this as well. So we're going to do the best we can with what we have. But can anybody tell me, when are we gonna know the teams that are in the Super Bowl?
Right there, bro.
Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before?
We're out of it.
2 weeks before. So we should be ready in those, to be ready if we have restaurants or others that want to be official, watch parties and things like that for Super Bowl, that we have to be ready for that.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that though. I found out recently that if it doesn't already have a screen for watch parties, then the NFL will not allow it. That you have to have a screen already in place for these watch parties for them to allow that kind of a thing. Am I right on that?
Oh, go ahead, Alicia.
Hey, thanks, Sean, for bringing that up.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you. We will send out, there are guidelines for the watch parties, specifically for FIFA World Cup and for Super Bowl. Those were put together by the Bay Area Host Committee and shared far and wide. So we have the link to that. We'll send that out. There's a couple of follow-ups that we're going to need to send out post this meeting. And so a part of that, we will include the watch party guidelines, do's and don'ts, just to make sure everyone's maximizing and utilizing their spaces.
Excellent. And then if I may ask, the chamber or the games committee had proposed a Super Bowl after party at the Levi Stadium with Smash Mouth and that whole thing. I was wondering if there was any movement on that.
I've not heard of that.
Really? Okay, I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Okay, can we go back to the sports event we were going to have at Central Park from the Rotary? What happened to that? Anybody? Okay, thank you. Because we want to make sure we have events with our kids in it.
So I'm taking off my Triton Museum hat and putting on my Rotary hat. Festival was presented. We were looking for an alternate partner to organize the overall event. Rotary was hoping to step in with a beer and wine concession as they do at the Art and Wine Festival, for which they have all of the equipment and the means to do that. At this point, the only partner that had expressed interest in perhaps organizing the overall festival has been the chamber. But we haven't heard any movement on that at all. So the Rotary stands ready to sell beer and wine and get people happy. But we're in a wait and see pattern.
Well, maybe that's something we can do in Levi Stadium, right? That's, along with other things. When will we know if we have a date at Levi Stadium for our events?
We do have a potential date, the end of February, early March, that we had originally gotten. So we have to follow up and see if that's the date that we want to go, or there's also the opportunity to do a stadium event after in July.
Yeah, we want to do it before the World Cup. Okay, so if we're going to do end of February, early March, we have to plan that now. And so maybe that's where we involve our kids, families, and music, food, and beer and wine. Okay. All right, any other questions, comments? Yes, go ahead. Oh, we have comments online. Go ahead.
Misha, online. Misha, if you want to speak, go ahead.
Hey
I see your
everyone.
hand raised.
Misha
Misha.
Homara. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Nisha, are you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Here we go.
Speak.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
So Misha, I have you on my computer. There
Your
was a
volume
little
is on.
bit of feedback. So
Is your volume on your computer?
yeah, now it is. It wasn't at first.
Try again, Misha.
Can you hear me now?
We can only hear her on the computer.
Okay, should I still share or is there going to be some sort of audio switch?
Misha, give us 2 minutes. Let me check with the computer
Okay.
at the front. Sorry about that.
No, all good.
Since we have one, I just had a clarity about Paulina, about that subcommittee on December 18th, right? Can you clarify that? Is it only subcommittee which has been already given the names or everybody has to join?
No, so the subcommittee is those, it was like 2 meetings ago where you guys signed up for different subcommittees, whether it's like a certain event, like the stadium event, the community concert. So we do have that information. And it's
can you
through the
share that?
subcommittee. Yeah, so it's just those individuals in the subcommittee. If you want to sign up for that subcommittee, you still can. And so we'll have a sign up sheet in the back. So before you leave, make sure you put your name onto the committee.
That is the art subcommittee you are talking?
The subcommittee, correct.
Art
So the one that we're meeting on the 18th is the Art Activation Subcommittee. We're going to place it in the back. I can pass it around.
Misha, can you try to speak again?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. My name is Misha Homara. I have a construction company in Santa Clara, also on the board for the chamber and part of the games committee. But Sean and I had helped kind of put together a proposal with the chamber in regards to having kind of like a post Super Bowl party. And that was something that we had thought end of February, mid to end of February would be ideal. And we had proposed kind of different artists, kind of some of the setup for the kids, different kind of events. Has the city seen that by chance? Or has that been shared? So I think that would answer kind of a little bit about you were asking about, Mayor.
Yes, yes. So like a post Super Bowl party at the stadium, but in
Yes,
kids, like post Super Bowl, pre World Cup.
exactly. Yeah, we put together a whole proposal of like events, ideas for the during the day, and then kind of transitioning it more into like a music festival in the evening, with like different DJs and then different headliners, as Sean had mentioned, I think on the call previously.
So one of the things I know that I've been talking to many community members about is to have the kids play in some sort of event. Maybe they start at soccer park and they end up playing at Levi Stadium on the field where future, World Cup players are going to play. I mean, that would be amazing and a once in a lifetime experience for them that they'll never forget. So we need to look at incorporating that somehow, some way. But we
Yeah.
also have to make sure the soccer park's in good condition so that those fields better be back in condition so that we can use them for this event. But I like it being post Super Bowl and pre World Cup.
Yeah, and maybe we can share that again with you guys so you can take a look at it.
So you like revise the plan that we've already submitted to include something like that? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is we have to come up with something for Levi Stadium, and that sounds like something that
Yeah.
might work. So, but it's a lot of things. It's the kids playing, it's music, it's food, it's, for families to come and,
All right. We've already submitted a plan for,
we've not seen your plans.
really?
I haven't seen.
Okay. All right. Well, I will rectify that.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah, and then we'll rework it to add this because I think everything else that you're mentioning is there except just having this soccer part, so we can add that in there as well.
day and night long event.
Exactly. Yeah, daytime, that's what we were thinking, and then transitioning into more of like a music in the evening.
You'd be surprised how many people in Santa Clara have never been to Levi Stadium. There's so
Yeah.
many that have never been there. So,
Yeah, this would be cool. Okay, awesome. We'll make sure you get to see that soon.
thanks, Misha.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Misha, do you have my email and Paulina's email? If you're able to email or forward us the proposal, that would be great.
Yeah, do you mind to put it in the chat so I can just copy it from there?
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're out of time. Does anybody else have anything? We have someone else online and no one else online? Okay. Oh, one more.
Oh, sorry. So if you want to sign up for the Global Relations Subcommittee, if you can come to me and we have the sign-in form. And then if you want to sign up for the Art Activation Subcommittee, we have that as well. So if you are not on them and want to be on them, let me know and we'll sign you up. Thank you.
So for global relations, it's to help with the outreach to the countries that are going to be visiting here for World Cup. We could also use it for the teams that are going to be coming here for Super Bowl. We could call it it'll be football, other kind of American football outreach. So we can use it for both. Okay. No further ado, this meeting is adjourned. Please join us out there for a quick picture before we go. Thank you. Come on, let's do it quickly. Why? Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, just sign up here. Yeah, you put your.